Andrew Tate gets obliterated. Andrew Tate, top G, the emperor of masculinity, King Cobra, gets mollywopped by DeMoor. 2025. The year 2025 has been a hell of a year for a lot of people. Lots of people have been exposed. Lots of aura lost. Lots of aura. I mean, recently we had Akash Singh exposed for being a cook, married to a complete nutcase. His wife lied about being a virgin, is absolutely humiliating him. Aura lost. Ashton Hall flops against iShow Speed. Sadia Khan, Miss Prim and Proper Mary Poppins, Chim Chimney, Chim Chimney, Chim Chim Cheree, gets exposed as a side chick. Side piece Sadia. Wes Watson, whose downfall really started maybe a year or two ago, but now it's all coming to a close. He will be going to prison. Wes Watson, aura lost. Now you have top G, Andrew Tate, gets his ass whooped. You know, I don't want to sit here and try to imply that people who lose fights, I mean, it happens, you know. You win some, you lose some, right? I don't want to, say that people who lose fights, they should be made fun of and this and that. But when you're top G, you're Andrew Tate, when you talk all of that shit, you built this persona, this brand of invincibility, masculinity, top dog. Yeah. I'ma laugh at you. You should be mocked. This guy, where do you begin? That was atrocious. That was absolutely pitiful. He looked like a guy that had never boxed a day in his life. And I get it, he was a former kickboxer. But still, man, you should have some kind of hands. He had no hands, bro. No hands. Then after he lost, he's making excuses. Oh, I'm 40. I haven't fought in 10 years. And, the guy was bigger, stronger. Dude, you knew all of that before you went in there. Shut the hell up, bro. You're 40? Tony Ferguson, 41 years old, went out there and won a title. Was on an 11 or 12 fight losing streak, losing for 6 years in a row. Not once did we see Tony Ferguson blame his age. When Anderson Silva, when he lost to Jake Paul, not once did we see Anderson Silva blame his age. Anderson Silva, by the way, 50 years old. He's 50. Knocked out Tyron Woodley. Randy Couture was well into his 40s when he beat Tim Sylvia, a man that's much taller and bigger than Randy. Bernard Hopkins, beating people in his 40s. All these guys in their 40s, but Top G is making excuses. You're Top G. Top G's don't make excuses. The crazy thing is this guy isn't even 40. He's 39. He just turned 39 a few weeks ago. So really, he's like 38, 39-ish. He's not even 40. But again, it just plays into the whole brand. This is what Andrew Tate is known for. Exaggerating, embellishing. The smoke and mirrors, the mystique, lies, deception, deceit. He's got his little fan dweebs, the tater tots, the baby G's defending him. Leave Andrew alone. And he brought it on himself. And now there's talk about Tristan Tate, baby brother defending him, avenging him. Tristan's even worse than Andy. Tristan Tate's an even worse. He's a bigger, sloppier version than Andy. You get fucked up even worse. And the sad part is, Chase DeMoor isn't even that good. They're both horrible. Even saw, Chase after the fight. Chase was actually trying to defend Andrew because, lo and behold, Chase exposed himself as a closet Andrew Tate fan, in the beginning. Before the fight and stuff, he was talking a lot of smack, but I knew that was a load of bullshit because I can tell by the way Chase acts, and he's a younger guy. I was certain he was a closet Andrew Tate fan, and lo and behold, he was. Leave Top G alone. Did it ever occur to you guys that maybe I'm just hard to beat? Come on. I guess I kind of feel bad for Chase in a way. I kind of feel for him. I mean, he's had the most high-profile victory of his career, and the only thing people are talking about is how both he and Tate suck. But that's the facts, man. I mean, you didn't beat Tate because you're so good. It's just, Tate's just really trash. I mean, you're trash. And the fact that Tate lost to trash, it's just a testament to how trash Tate is. That was pitiful. Smoke and mirrors, Andrew Tate. It was horrible. That was atrocious. I don't want to hear any excuses. He's making all of these excuses. Now I'm 40. You're not 40. And really, he said his last fight was 10 years ago. No, it wasn't. He last fought in 2020. Again, just lies, deception, deceit. This guy says anything. It's the power of charisma. You can just say anything, and people will eat it up. They'll buy it. Andrew Tate can go out in the middle of the street, broad daylight, big old city, suck 50 dudes dry, and convince the world he is not gay. Suck 50 dudes off. It's like, I am not gay. And then there'll be people that believe it. Andrew, he's not gay. He is not gay. They'll buy it. He'll just see, this guy can say anything. It's the power of charisma. And that's all it was. Smoke and mirrors, deception, deceit. I knew this guy was full of shit. And now he wants to go on some spiel. It's the same thing, He's trying to flip the narrative, Oh, it's not about winning. It's about trying. And a man steps up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. These generic cliche platitudes, we heard them before, man. This guy, there's nothing revolutionary about this guy. Nothing at all. He's selling the same bullshit that's been sold for centuries. I hear none of that shit. Some people, try and they get some credit. But like the brand this guy built, Mr. Invincible, fuck out of here. Nobody wants to hear all that shit. Oh, I tried and shit. Shut the fuck up. Listen, if Michael B. Jordan, a nice guy, not Michael B. Jordan, the actor, he's a nice guy, or Keanu Reeves, if they did like a celebrity boxing match and they went out there and they got mollywopped, hey, no big deal. Hey, they stepped up, they tried, they're good guys. But you, Andrew Tate, you're an asshole. You're an asshole. You fucked up, buddy. This guy had the whole world, well, almost the whole world, the entire world, at least a bunch of 15 to 25-year-old doofuses, dweebs, thinking that he was invincible. He walked on water. So I don't want to hear any excuses, man. What are the excuses? You're sparring hundreds of dudes, knocking 100 dudes out, swimming with sharks, wrestling crocodiles. You should have been prepared. You were ready. Top G, smoking cigars, knocking out malnutrition 7-Eleven workers. Come on, dude. Come on, B. Come on, man. This guy was full of shit, man. And honestly, people are talking about, oh man, Andrew, he lost aura. He lost aura. And that's interesting. I think he definitely did lose some aura. But like, really, it makes me wonder how much aura did he really lose? Because really, his aura was never really built off of being this indestructible, amazing fighter. Yes, the fact that he was a kickboxer, that was part of his. I got this stuff on my beard. Oh my God. Problems of having a really long beard. But anyway, the fact that he was a kickboxer, that was a part of his sales pitch, right? Part of building his brand was to say, oh, I was this 4-time world kickboxing champion. But what really put him on the map was his speaking ability, his charisma. his oral skills.
Hey, yo,
Pause.
but
That's crazy. That was wild.
yo, what?
Pause, yo. That's crazy. No, but seriously. It was his rhetoric. He had the gift for gab. That's what put him on the map. Not the fact that he was this amazing kickboxer, which he wasn't. Contrary to a person like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, what built Mike Tyson's brand, what established Mike Tyson's aura was the fact that he was knocking dudes out. He was ferocious. Eat your children. Rip his heart out. Mike's fights are what put him on the map. That, his fights, that's what established Mike's aura. Andrew Tate's aura was established off of just being really charismatic. Andrew Tate understands his power, he's very conscious of it. He knows a lot of people cannot pull off the stuff that he's been able to pull off sheerly through words and charisma and deception, deceit, smoke and mirrors, the mysticism. He wants to convince the world that he's this guy that comes from the struggle and he had it so rough. No, he didn't. I can see through guys like this. He's a very privileged guy. Sure, he may not have grew up financially rich, but not being rich doesn't mean you grew up poor. Lots of people don't grow up with lots of money. That doesn't mean that they weren't very privileged and rich in other areas. He's got the look. He's got he's rich in support. He's rich in support, and that's obvious. Not everybody's got a brother who's like them in nearly mind, body, and spirit. They're like identical in every way. Not even when he went to jail, he's got his baby brother with him, keeping him company. Must be nice. He's aware of a lot of his advantages. He has dual citizenship, comes from a dynamic, rich cultural background. He himself has said, oh yeah, he can change modes, he can code change. I can be a black guy, I can be a white guy, He's got enough black man swag to where the brothers, they can say, man, I fuck with that. I rock with Andrew Tate. But he's white passing enough to where the white boys will be like, all right, we'll co-sign him. So he can play both sides. Not everybody can do that. He's aware of that. He's a very privileged guy, and he's used his privilege to his advantage. You can tell he's a guy that isn't used to not getting what he wants. Every so-called struggle he's ever been through was orchestrated, calculated by his, on his behalf. It was intentional. So that's not real struggle. Real struggle is when you don't want the problem. Real struggles are something you don't want. Every so-called struggle he has had is because he wanted. He chooses the easy route. Even the whole jail shit. Because the way he looks at it, it's all a part of his narrative. Creating this mythical tale of this prolific figure that conquers all odds. It's all by design. But real struggle is not by design. At least not intentionally, right? Most people don't chase struggle. Andrew Tate is not chasing struggle. See, the thing is, he always talks about how men should have these hard lives, that they should suffer, and men are built for suffering and stuff, and they shouldn't live easy lives. But his whole life, all he's ever done is chase the easy. The reason he chose to fight Chase is because he felt Chase would be an easy fight. He saw a big, sloppy guy, figured he could beat him. Yeah, the guy was bigger than him. And Andrew Tate, he himself has said he's not used to fighting guys bigger than him. Again, it plays into this whole, it just reaffirms what I'm saying. He's just used to having the advantage, privilege. A guy that's always fighting guys smaller than him. And the only reason he chose to fight a guy bigger than him because he thought, all right, this guy is so sloppy that even, man, he's bigger and stronger than me. Even I can beat him. But lo and behold, fail. He was wrong. He chose Chase because he thought it would be an easy fight. He chose to webcam or web scam, pimp out women because that was the easy thing to do. He's all about making his life as easy as possible. He's not chasing discomfort. He's not chasing struggle. If you follow this guy's whole online story, just watch interviews, podcasts, he tells on himself a lot. Everything's a contradiction. On one minute, he's trying to act like Mr. Humble, oh my God, But most of the time, he's just boasting and bragging about how much better he is than everyone. I'm richer, I'm taller, I'm better looking, blah, 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 blah. But again, this is the type of piece of shit this guy is. It's all stunning. His whole brain is about stunning, flexing on people. Aha, I'm better, look at me. Top G. No, flop G. Scam Drew Tate. All he's doing is coping now. It's just cope. That whole post-fight press conference, it was just cope. Copra Tate. His whole brand is talking about how much better than he is. And it's crazy because you have all of these guys worshiping him, holding his nutsack, holding his balls in his hand. Pause. Yet Andrew Tate is the type of guy who will boast and brag at how much better he is than all these guys that sit up worshiping him. Andrew Tate is the type of guy that'll have sex with your girlfriend and talk about, I fucked your bitch. I fucked your bitch. That's the type of guy he is. And you guys are worshiping this man. This guy went out on his knees, got beat down to his knees. Jake Paul too. I ain't never seen so many men on their knees in my life. Pause. Jake Paul shooting double leg takedowns. Andrew Tate on his knees. Top G went out on his knees with his head between another man's legs. That's all I got to say. I knew it. I knew this guy was full of shit. The smoke and mirrors, the mystique. Aura lost. And I don't know how much aura has really been lost because there will still be people. I mean, I've seen the comments. I've been reading the comments. People still defending him. But Andrew, he's 40 and he hadn't fought in 10 years. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.